Hi, Collective. So, got a message for you guys. I am going to pull some tarot, but I have some oracle cards all laid out here first. We're going to start with these astro oracle cards. So, I'm just trying to get a feel for like what's coming up because this feels like this is a funny, big, expansive message, which was kind of the overarching message. But we have air, expansive, intellectual, inquisitive. We are in Gemini season. Shout out to the Geminis. Oh, Gemini, you guys will have on here a individual message. I think that's what I'm gonna do because I'm not gonna do individual sign by sign readings here. But what I will do is who's ever like birthday month it is will get an individual. All right, we have Venus, beauty, artistry, and love. We have arrows, eroticism, desire, and sex. So seems like might be feeling a little spicy at this time for everybody. These came out together. We have the medium coli, so the MC, so your midhaven, direction, reputation, and the waxing gibbous moon, nurturing patience and refinement. We are currently, I believe, in a waning gibbous moon, so I just think that was specifically connected to your MC at this time. So, kind of your career point, like your outer trajectory of how you want to be seen, how you want to appear to the public eye, like your, like I said, public perception, reputation, all that stuff, your business, all those kind of things are all within your MC. So we also, so first, okay, I do think there's some of you where love is heavily on your mind. For some, I think it's more of an expanded, like kind of your passion for like life because Venus is in Cancer and that kind of amplifies those feelings of like creativity and love that's not just centered on personal relationships and more expanded to like everyone within like your community and kind of what you're trying to build for yourself, how you pour into things, pour into your hobbies, into you, into your family. So, but obviously with arrows being there, like for some of you, this is definitely, I feel like it may be a wanting of that kind of desire. And I will potentially pull on that distinctly and see what we get, or I might make that a separate message. Might just have a whole little love message. So, okay. For these signs of the times oracles, we have yin and yang, balance. This is card number 4, so 4s are about structure, security, stability, all those things. So I feel like with this whole MC and then this nurturing patience, refinement, and this expansive intellectual, inquisitive energy, it's like you're trying to figure out how you can expand more at this time within, like I said, probably the things that you do, like whether you're a content creator, you're starting your own side business, just within the job you currently work in, and you're wanting to get, maybe get promoted or see how you can kind of expand that more. This might be what's on your mind right now because you're very concerned about your structure and your stability right now, like your sense of home. Again, because fourth house, card number 4 would relate to the fourth house. So again, just your structure, whether that's inner structure or outer structure, but it's also the as above, so below, as within, so without. So it's just you're wanting some sense of balance between those two things of all the stuff that I feel like you've been cultivating through this expansion you're having and what's coming next. And then we have angel numbers, card number 14, so confirmation. So if you've been seeing angel numbers at this time, that might be significant. Also, I'm feeling because this is a card 14, so that breaks down to a 5. Fives are about conflict, change, instability. I feel like this is asking you when you have these moments where you're very unsure just about like kind of how things are going, like your direction, feeling just a bit confused, a bit overwhelmed. Pay attention to if you see any angel numbers popping up. Try to, because you needed to almost like refocus and restructure, like recalibrate you, like when you're getting like, oh, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know what I'm doing, like, oh, I happen to see 11 o'clock, almost kind of sinking you to recognizing that like change is happening, good is incoming, stay the course. You also might be seeing numbers. Looking at this card, there's a 10-20 repeated, 11-11, and a 12-12. So maybe you're seeing some of those numbers. Also notable, 2-7-2. So just keep that in mind, that the numbers are coming in as confirmation that things are moving, things are working. Because also, like fours, while they're about structure and stability, fours also can get kind of stagnant. Like that's like kind of the shadow energy of like fours, is that all that stability, all that structure can get turn into rigidity. And so I think it's with all this air energy making us want to expand, like your Uranus being in Gemini, just like if you feel like your thoughts and your ideas are kind of flowing more, you want to make sure that you're not staying contained within the structure that you're putting yourself in, that you allow yourself to expand out of it. And then we have card 12, which is peace, harmony, which to me is also about like balance. So there's something definitely about maintaining your peace, maintaining your harmony, especially thinking about this is 12, which is a 3. So kind of with the idea of bringing things into fruition. And I'm really actually seeing it very in a coupled way. So I definitely might do a love message because there's almost this feeling of like, because I'm seeing like the 2 of Cups in my mind's eye. So it's like your partnerships, whether that's romantic or otherwise, heavily are going to interact and interfere and amplify and uplift like whichever side it's on. Whoever you're like connecting with is going to have a heavy impact on your sense of harmony and balance, which is then affecting kind of how you are able to like expand your energy outward. So basically, mind the fucking company you keep. It's as simple as that. Like, because people right now are having a very big impact, and especially within family situations, being mindful of if you're in a toxic situation to not let their energy become your energy. All right, then we also have these animal apothecary. We have let go and bury, which is card 17. This speaks of, I think it's like a scorpion fly, and it's kind of like what outdated beliefs and ideas and like ways of perceiving are you holding on to that need to be let go of so that you can, again, expand, so that you can allow more in. Because when you're trying to manifest something, you can't, things take up space in here. Like energy really takes up space. And so if you're holding on to a bunch of outdated things that don't serve you, there's no room for the newness to come through. There's no room for the things you're wanting to bring in to be able to kind of take hold, take space. So this is asking you to make sure you're really letting go and releasing and severing ties with things that are kind of holding you back, whether it's a way that you think and perceive things, like about like what's possible for you, again with all this expanded energy. Which we do have Jupiter in Cancer. I think there's some type of transit happening with them. I know they're going to be like conjunct. I don't remember exactly what is happening. I will check that and put it in the description. I don't know why my mind just like went blank on it. I had it right there. And I'm like, forgot. But again, just kind of again this amplification of this kind of energy of expansion of what's possible for you. And then I clarified that, which also, because this looks like a coffin to me. And then this is card 17, so an 8, so it made me think of Scorpio energy. So again, this energy of like, this is a scorpion fly, this energy of like change, transformation, metamorphoses. And so clarifying, I got tunnel vision, consumes thoughts and emotions, often blinding you to the bigger picture. And so I asked, like, what are you being asked to let go of? And that's what we got. So again, oh, like I said about the structure and like the rigidity, making sure you don't become rigid in your thinking, your perceiving, and your way of like imagining what's possible for you. So like I feel like it's like this tunnel vision of like things have always been this way, they can only be this way, and that's all it's ever gonna be. You need to let go of that. And then we also got card 7, which is upright. It's inner truth. It came out reverse. I don't normally take these cards in reverse, but something felt like don't turn this card over. So I feel like this is just kind of a warning, because sevens can be a very like testing, like spiritual testing kind of energy. I feel like this is while you're going through these cycles of change, you're being asked to rely more on your inner truth. Like don't ignore, because there might be some of you that are ignoring these little internal nudges, and you're guided through your guided energy through things, because like this card speaks of having all the knowledge already within you. Like you know the answer already, you just have to have confidence and trust that you know the answer. So when I asked clarifying that, I got healing clarity, amplify your emotions and bring your shadows to the surface to heal them. So again, that's why I felt this sense of like ignoring your inner truth, because like there's shadow attached to it, and it's hard sometimes to want to interface with that and to want to bring that to the forefront, because it's painful. Like it's carrying things that make us not feel quite so good about ourselves, like challenging even those beliefs. Like if you're feeling like I'm not good enough, I can't do the things that I'm trying to do, like it's never going to work out, or you've been on the path for a while and you feel like it's not working out, this is asking you to allow yourself to feel those emotions, feel through them, dissect them, rebuke them, Don't wallow in them, but you do need to give them space to come up and be healed. Especially, like I said, that wax and gibbous moon card with nurturing, patience, and refinement. I feel like with this MC in that card, like again, you've been working at something for a really long time in your outer public world, and you maybe are feeling very tested, like things aren't working out as well, and so you're being asked to like give yourself patience. You're being asked to, and I'm sure you've been patient. I know it's just really, but when? But you don't want to give up before the blessing comes through. And I feel like some of you are very close to being on the brink of some type of success, and you don't want to give up before you actually get there. All right, let's pull some tarot now. Oh, also, that Signs of the Times at the bottom of the deck. I had noticed the heart card was there. Funny, and I also noticed anchor and stability was underneath that. Oh, red and red. You might want to do some work on your root chakra at this time. So do some meditation to help yourself feel more grounded, because again, this Uranus and Gemini energy is a little thoughts going here and there, and it's just kind of chaotic at times. So especially if you're again being tested by a lot of things as life is happening, you're being tested, so you're being asked to ground yourself in your reality. Again, bring in that energy of the four, because you want that balance, you need that harmony, you need that sense of security. Give that to yourself. So let's see what else we have. I'm sorry if you guys can hear the background noise. Alright, Spirit, for the collective, what else do you have for me? What do we need to know at this time? What's important? What's significant? Hearing troubles are going to fade soon. Also, I keep hearing in the background of my mind the Pokemon theme song that I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. So I don't know if you've been watching Pokemon recently, or that is just significant to, like, again, this MC, like, that's what Ash was striving towards, to be the best Pokemon master, like, and he went through a lot of trials and tribulations throughout that journey. And so you're being asked to not give up, like, funny as fuck. Anything else, Spirit? What do you want to tell me? All right, we have the Three of Wands that first came out. Again, there it feels like you're on the world at the bottom. You're on the precipice of some type of cycle closing out, some type of graduation from one area of your life to a new. Like, I just heard portal, like you're gonna step into something significant. And that's why, like I said, when I started the message, like this message feels like big and expansive, and I think that's what's happening. Like you're so close to it, and you don't want to give up. What else, Spirit? King of Wands, again, that expansive energy of wanting to create, wanting to. The King of Wands, they say, is the one who practices the law of assumption. So it's just like he believes and knows that things are going to work out for him. Like he assumes that that is the way that his life goes. And because, again, it's like challenging that belief system of where you're feeling like you may not be good enough. You have to, again, you have to bury it. You have to let it go. You have to release it, because there's so much more coming to you. You want to be a vibrational match to it. Your creativity is going to really lead the way, I'm feeling, for a lot of you. And remember, there's more ways to be creative than just like, oh, I make art or I make music. Like creativity comes in a lot of different ways. And may. Okay, so what happened was, this is now part 2 of this video. I ran out of space. And I thought I lost this video because it didn't come back for a while, but just waited. I'm like, again, be patient, be patient. Here it is. Also, the significance of what I've been saying about needing to clear out and release things and let go to make space for the new stuff to be able to come in. So thanks, Spirit. I love being a demonstrator of that energy. Tough. All right, so I think I left off talking about the King of Wands and saying just like about creativity coming in different forms. It doesn't have to be you do this or you do that, like only painting or writing or something like that. Like many forms. Allow yourself to live in that energy. So let's hop right back into it. Spirit, what else do you have? Can't believe that just happened. Like this has been like a 10-minute or so pause. Closer probably to 15. Ugly. Anything else, Spirit, for the collective? Ace of Cups. Again, pour into yourself, pour into the things that you love, pour into the things you care about, pour into your hobbies, your interests, because it's really going to serve you at this time. Like if you have been neglecting yourself, this is the time to step back into just taking a little more care of you. And that comes in many different forms. Like, you know, it could be for some of you, maybe you don't relax enough. You need to take a bubble bath, light some candles, like put some little oils and stuff in there and just kind of give yourself a little spiritual bath. For some of you, maybe you don't say no enough, is what I'm hearing. Maybe you don't say no enough. You don't set boundaries well enough so that you're not always being impeded upon by others. And that also could be just, again, letting love in. Just clear out the old in case this message is for some of y'all that have a love interest that you need to let go of. Clear it out so the new person can come in, man or woman. Let's see. Like I said, I think I am going to definitely do a love message for y'all. So stay tuned for that later. Anything else, Spirit? Let's get like one more. Because this video is already long. What else? That, okay. I thought that was more than two. Alright, so we have the Page of Wands and the Two of Wands. Queen of Swords at the bottom. Cut things out. Release things. Because, again, expansion wants to come through. Expansion wants to come through. It wants to bless your life. It wants to touch your life. It wants you to think and plan and imagine what else is possible for you, because there's more coming. There's more happening. But you need to be in the space to be able to allow yourself to receive it. So I'm going to leave it at that. I thank you guys for tuning into this message. We'll check you guys in the next one. Remember, Gemini, you have your own individual reading. And for individual readings, period, check out my Lenormand channel, which is also linked. I'm available for personal reads. Sign up for my newsletter. All that can be found in the description and go to my website. And yeah, take care, you guys.